Many women have no idea how to fight inflammation, how to balance their hormones, how to fix their gut health, because there is one thing that destroys their behavior. Behaviors that you are supposed to make every single day for you to fight your inflammation, but you are not doing it. I'm gonna teach you exactly how to fix this, because you only get your best physique if you apply what I'm gonna tell you, all right? If you ask me, Thiago, what's going on that I'm struggling to lose my belly? What's going on with me that the diet that I'm following is not working anymore compared to 20 years ago? What's going on with me? The first thing that you need to optimize every day is what? Is what's happening here, your thoughts. Do you think only what you want every day or not? If you don't think only what you like thinking, what you just want to think, who is deciding, who is putting the thought that you don't want? For example, the thought when you think about yourself and then you don't like, and then you tell something bad about yourself, or you think that someone is talking something bad about you. Tell, I really don't want to think like that, because I know that maybe the person is not even thinking about me, but I'm thinking like that. So who is deciding that thought for you here? Who here had a negative thought or have a negative thought every single day without wanting to have that thought? I have that. The thought just come up and then I cannot control my thought, and then I have a bad emotion. Write this down for you to understand why you are still struggling to fight your inflammation. You're going to understand. I'm going to connect the dots here for you to understand why the inflammation is increasing in your body. The hormones are getting worse because of what? The emotions that you have, and then you don't manage the emotion. How do I know how to drive my car, but I don't know how to drive my own behavior of not eating what I'm not supposed to eat today? How can I drive really well my car, but I cannot drive my thoughts? I think of eating a food, and then I accept my thought, and then I eat the food that I'm not supposed to eat, or I eat at the wrong time. How am I able to do many things really well every single day for other people, but once it's my turn to do something that's really well for me, for example, taking my supplements every single day at the time of the day that I'm supposed to eat, to take it, I don't do this with myself. I sabotage myself. Why is that? Write this down. The first thing that you need to know, your emotions will be a child forever. Your emotions, they don't mature. If you think that one day your emotions will become better, or your partner's emotions will be better, that's a mistake. Your emotions never improve. What improves is what? Yourself as the manager of the emotions. You can manage, you can optimize, you can improve your emotions by managing better your emotions. That's the main reason why people fail when they try to diet, when they try to become healthier. Example, they get stressed out. They get stressed out in their job. Like, you feel stressed out today. Now you are angry, or you have a big fear of what can happen in your job. You start ruminating. Instead of questioning, that's the first thing that you need to apply. One of the most renowned psychiatrists worldwide, he wrote a lot of books already, psychiatrist called Dr. Augusto Cury. He teach everyone that priority number one is, once a bad thought comes, once the emotion start affecting our behavior, we have 5 seconds to question that thought. A really bad thought, you start criticizing yourself because you failed that diet. You start criticizing yourself because you are expecting to lose 30 pounds, but you just lost 5 pounds so far. And then the thought of criticism to yourself comes. You have 5 seconds. According to psychiatrists, the most renowned psychiatrists worldwide, always explaining that if we don't question our thoughts in 5 seconds, if we don't say, okay, no, why I'm thinking like that? No, that's not true. We start fighting against that negative thought that just came up. If you don't do this, if you accept, and then after 5 seconds, you keep thinking about that thought that came up, criticism to yourself because you didn't lose the weight that you expected to lose at that time frame, what's going to happen? Your subconscious mind, you absorb that. You're going to be more likely to register inside your brain. Thiago, why is that important to me? Because that thought will keep hitting you hard, will keep damaging you. every single day. And that's why many of you, you have a thought that's already registered because you didn't apply this. Every single week, the thought come up without you asking for the thought to come up, a thought of criticism. You criticize yourself about something specific. In your case, in Jennifer's case, can be because she didn't lose weight that she was expecting so far. Maria's case, that can be because she didn't solve that specific issue in her personal life. And then she's beating herself. Beating. Damaging weekly. Why? You didn't apply the 5 seconds. Guys, write this down. All of us, it's not only you, everybody, all of us, we are human beings. Write this down. The first thing that you need to know, we don't mature our emotions. Our emotions will be a baby forever. If someone hit you in the face right now, boom, either you're going to feel angry automatically, or you're going to feel what? You're going to have fear automatically. The emotion just comes. The emotion just comes. It's a baby. The problem is because many of you are still having these baby emotions, but the controller, the governor, the president, the manager, who is the responsible to control the emotions, they are not growing up. Who is that, Thiago? You, your conscious mind. Many of you, you have the emotion and then you accept the emotion and then you cry and then you have that victim mentality, accepting. No, yes, and then you start ruminating only with yourself. Remember, people nowadays we know, psychiatrists and psychology, people who are hypersensitive emotionally hypersensitive, they are amazing for other people. They please everyone. They want to please everybody, but they are terrible for themselves. People compliment you a lot. People say great things about you, but inside you feel bad. People love you, love your behavior, love how helpful you are as a person, but you don't feel helpful to yourself. Guys, remember, having behaviors like that, those people struggle 10 times more to get their best physique. And that's why I'm telling you the solution. The solution is don't allow for more than 5 seconds the conversation. For example, you always think of how my friend will think about me if I don't do this. How my partner will think about me if I have this behavior. And then you feel shy. We are so incredible. Our emotions can destroy our lives so much if we don't manage them really well, that if we have 100 people in front of us, we are speaking in the stage. If 99 people say something amazing about you, yeah, congratulations, you are amazing, you are incredible, wow, you are amazing. 99 people say amazing things about you in front of you, but one person, you just need one person to criticize you. You have 99 people in front of you complimenting you, say something amazing about you, but one person around, if the person say, no, terrible, you speak terribly, you are the worst speaker that I've heard, what happens? You are emotionally what? Boom, hurt. That's exactly what happens when you try to get health. We always have like monster. Some of you just got in the life, and then because I'm talking about something that's the thing that you really need to improve, you run away for the life. Remember this forever. Write this down. The more you run away, the further from the monsters that you have, the bigger the monster will get. Tell why? Because the monster is inside of you. So wherever you go, the monster will be here. The criticism, the self-sabotage, that negative thought that's killing you inside. Thinking about everybody's talking about you badly. The monster will get bigger. Your solution is you need to face the monster. So the longer you stay here learning about that, the easier will be for you to fight the monster inside of you. Because at the end of the day, guys, remember, a cockroach, we can run away for a simple cockroach. A cockroach doesn't kill you, but you create a story inside your brain. Stories are always the healer for many people. You created a story that you have a panic attack if you see a cockroach in front of you. You see a mice in front of you, you created a story, you're gonna die. Stories. Which type of stories? If I open your brain right now, what type of stories that you are telling yourself every single day? Are those stories making you going to another level or not? That's the point. Many of you struggle to fight inflammation. Many of you are still having that body that you don't want because of what? Because you don't like yourself. How do you want to help? How do you want to help the person who is no longer questioning herself whether what she's eating is good for her or bad for her. How do you want to help someone who is not questioning anymore about her behaviors? The person doesn't care anymore that she says something that she's going to start working out today, but she doesn't do what she said that she was supposed to do. She just said that she would work out today, but she didn't. So how do you want to help that person? That person is you. So the way, Tiago, so tell me the solution. I really want to lose my belly fat. I really want to fight my inflammation. Step number one, write this down. You need to have a self-love so high that by consequence, you start healing yourself. You start getting your best physique. The self-love should be in high levels. You need to look in front of the mirror. Your belly is big like crazy. You are inflamed like crazy. Your hormones are terrible. Your energy levels are going downhill. But you still look at in front of the mirror and say, girl, I like you so much that I'm gonna help you now. I'm gonna start helping you more. Girl, you start having that self-talk. That's step number one for you to heal yourself. When I talk about healing, remember, your inflammation is the consequence of what's going on here. Your belly, guys, belly fat is only a consequence. You are eating your emotions. That belly getting bigger is a consequence. It's not the root cause. It's just a symptom. Your fatigue is just a symptom. It's not the root cause. What is causing that fatigue? It's starting here. The rumination of thoughts deplete energy in the area that's the most expensive area in our body. Where is that? Our brain. Super expensive. We deplete energy like that. That's why at the end of the day, you are at 5 p.m., you're feeling tired. I'm tired, but I ate really well. Everything was, I didn't spend, I actually worked 8 hours seated. Why am I exhausted? Why is that? Rumination of thoughts that you have no idea how much energy that you spend when you are here, ruminate. That's the point. Many people, they don't give that importance to this area of their life. Many people, many of you don't give that importance. You think, no, Thiago, just tell me the supplement, Thiago. Thiago, please, I'm here. My time is precious. Just tell me the supplement that I need to take. Thiago, just tell me what food that I have to eat tomorrow, Thiago. Just tell me this, Thiago, please. I'm busy. That's the mindset of someone who will forever struggle in their life because they're not giving that importance to the thing that destroy people's lives. What is that? Their emotions. Their emotions that never grow old. They will never mature. This is what we found out already in science. The psychiatrists already know long time ago. Emotions never mature. What can mature is the governor, the person who have the emotion, you. And if you don't mature, the emotions will destroy your life. You feel sad, you want to eat a food that's not supposed to eat at 10 p.m. You feel angry, you are supposed to eat that amount, and then you eat that amount. You feel happy? Oh, let's celebrate. Instead of choosing that food, you choose that food. Your emotions are the boss of your life. Anybody, write this down. Anybody who makes their emotions the boss, they become a slave. Imagine that the person is the boss. Imagine, like you are the boss of maybe some of you here, you manage something in your job. You are the manager, you are the boss, you are a supervisor, but you are not a supervisor of your own emotions. Actually, you are a slave of the emotion. It's crazy. You are not even an employee. You are literally a slave. Why a slave, Thiago? Because whatever the emotions tell you to do, you accept it. You don't question. So that's why I write this down. Solution is always when the thought comes, this thought will create the emotion. That's why you cannot even let the thought go to this level of creating the whole emotions and then you start feeling the emotion. Don't confuse here, guys. Feelings and emotion. You feel the emotion. Thiago, who feels the emotion? You. Thiago, what does it mean? It means that you are not the emotion. You have an emotion coming. Who is feeling the emotion? You. What does it mean, Thiago? It means that you are not your feelings. Thiago, what does it mean? It means that you should feel super happy now because it means that you are free. You are the creator. You can create whatever you want. You can manage your feelings. You can manage your emotions because you are not your feelings and you're not emotions. You have an emotion coming. You have a feeling coming. And remember, write this down. All of us, always, every single day, receive a thought that we don't want. Remember at the beginning of the live that I said, who here only think what you want? We cannot think only what we want. Why? Because we have triggers in our memories. Windows Windows carrying memories, experiences that we had in our lifetime, that all of a sudden that window of memories, experiences, anything that we have faced so far open up. We go to bed, all of a sudden the window opens from 10 years ago, and then you start thinking about an experience that you had 10 years ago. And then our mind start playing with you. One window opens, and this stimulates another window inside your brain to opens again. And then one window carrying that memory from 10 years ago combined with a window that carries a memory that happened yesterday. And then you combine an experience from 10 years ago, and then you all of a sudden you are thinking about your job, that something that happens yesterday, and then you connect with something that you did today, and then you connect with a possibility that will happen tomorrow. And then now what's happening? What's happening right now? Your brain, your thoughts are controlling you. And remember, who is controlling me, Thiago? Your thoughts. Thiago, what does it mean? You are not your thoughts. Did you get that? If the thoughts are controlling you, Thiago, I really don't want to think like that. Thiago, I don't want to think this, Thiago. I really want to get rid of that thought. I don't want to think that. What does it mean? You are not your... And Thiago, what's the solution? Nowadays, we know in neuroscience that you cannot cancel a thought. Write this down. Write this down. In neuroscience, we already know that we cannot cancel the thought. If you think something, boom, you cannot delete the thought. Thiago, what can we do then? You can replace the thought. You can put a new thought on top of that. That's what you can. That's what we know already in neuroscience. So every single time that you are thinking about, you look in front of the mirror, like check this out. You're gonna hang out with your partner, and then you look in front of the mirror, and then you look at your belly, and then the thought comes, boom, of criticism. And then you know now that you have 5 seconds. Psychologically, according to science, if we don't question, if we don't fight this criticism that just came in our thoughts, in 5 seconds, this will be registered, and it will become really hard for us to get rid of this criticism inside of us. So you have 5 seconds, literally 5 seconds. The criticism of talking bad about your belly comes. What's your solution? Okay, no, yeah, my belly is getting bigger. So, okay, I really need to help myself. Tomorrow I'm going to start. And then you start planning me the solution. In 5 seconds, you plan already what you're going to do. And that's the most important thing that all women, all men should apply if they want to fight inflammation, if they want to balance their hormones. Why hormones? I think that my hormone imbalance because so I need to take a pill. Guys, big illusion. The hormone that creates, write this down. The hormone, the number one hormone that creates more hormonal imbalance, it's called cortisol, the stress hormone. What's the hormone that's released when you have a bad emotion coming? Sadness. Sadness is coming and is getting bigger inside of you. What's the hormone that's now released and is getting bigger? Cortisol. And what's the hormone that creates more hormone imbalance? Cortisol. So one of the ways, if you come to me and say, Thiago, how can I start balancing my hormones? I'm going to tell you, you really need to learn how to manage and control your emotions, because that's step number one for you to create more hormone imbalance. The problem is because many people don't connect the dots. They don't connect. They just think many people. When we think about, yeah, you're having belly fat because you have hormone imbalance. And then she automatically thinks of, okay, solution of hormone imbalance is going to my doctor to get a pill. The worst mindset that you can have. You are not connecting the dots. And then you go to the doctor, someone who is not studying about holistic health, will confirm and then say, yeah. So take this synthetic pill here. Instead of what? Fixing what? The emotions. Instead of asking, how's your emotional life? How's the relationship that you're having with yourself? When you look at yourself, what's the feeling that you have? When you are pleasing everybody else, are you having the same time to please yourself as well? What's the level of criticism that you are having to yourself? Do you always seek compliments? Because if the same way that you seek compliment, you constantly seek compliment of your partner saying something good about you. You constantly seek your children say something good about you. Your boss, you expect your boss will say something good about you. The same level that you seek compliments, you will fall for the next criticism. So how are you dealing with that? If you are not mastering this, if you are not really learning how to optimize, how to become a great president, Thiago, I'm prioritizing my day. I'm constantly talking about politics. I'm talking about the next president. You are talking about the next president, but you are not talking the own president, the president that governs your own life. You spend more time thinking about all the presidents instead of your own presidency here. You have here, guys, you have here a city that you need to manage the city. It's not actually a city, it's a planet. Instead of prioritizing a president that will manage one country, be more concerned, focus more, and prioritize more the president that's governing the whole planet. That's here. You have your planet here. I have my planet. We always live in our own world. Our own world. We see the world different lenses. Some to be the president of here. You really need to give that importance. Many people struggle in life, struggle with their bodies. They sabotage the food that they're supposed to eat and they don't eat. Supplements that they're supposed to take, they don't take. Learning what they're supposed to learn because of what? They don't give that importance to the behavior that they're doing. Why? They blame people. They blame others. Yeah, it's because of my children. It's because Thiago, I have 2 children. Blaming their children. Thiago, it's because my partner is super busy and I'm super busy. Blaming her job and her partner. The more you blame others, the more slave you're going to become of the environment. You are always depending on the environment. It's because of this. It's because of that. Slave of the environment. What does it mean? Living life without feeling that you are in control, what's going to give you? More stress. That's why many people are having depression. Because nowadays we know in science that chronic stress and anxiety is a step number 1 to release a depressive symptom. The person can be diagnosed with depression because of chronic stress. The stress is taking for too long. Anxiety, too long. And everything is because of what? The person is not feeling that she is in control. Write this down. Every time that I don't feel that I'm in control, I'm more likely to have more stress. I'm more likely to make the wrong choices. I'm more likely to feel depressed. My priority number 1 every single day, the time that I wake up is I need to feel that I am in control. And how to do this? Focusing. You really need to learn how to control the first thing that can destroy you. What is that? Your emotions. Control. You really need to learn this, guys. This is called emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. The number one book, if you really want to optimize this, is called Emotional Intelligence from Goleman. Incredible psychologist. Goleman is one of the top 1 psychologists worldwide. Daniel Goleman. People, why do you think that people kill each other? Lack of management of their emotions. Why do you think that someone hit another person in the face? Lack of management of their emotions. Why do you think that when you see a cake in front of you, you eat the cake? Lack of management of your emotions. Why do you think when someone try to convince you about something, you increase your tonality to look like that you want to convince the person. And then you start feeling angry because the person is not understanding what you are trying to explain. Lack of management of your emotions. Everything in life, it's around our emotional state. If we don't learn how to manage the baby, because emotions never grow old, never mature, I'm not saying that. This is science. This is what all the psychologists who study, of course, and psychiatrists know. Emotions never mature. What mature is the governor and who is having the emotion. Did you guys understand that? This is, guys, deep subject, but you really need to understand that. You really need to understand that. You have no idea. All right. One thing that I always say, you can never trust your emotion. I'm feeling this way. What's the first thing that you need to say? Question. You need to question. Why? Why am I having this? My partner told me this. Why am I feeling hurt now? What you need to understand is many times your emotions destroy your behavior. You eat something at the wrong time. You're supposed to do something for you to optimize your health, and then you don't do it. You constantly sabotage because of what? Because you put high expectation. Write this down. Change your expectation for appreciation. The lower your expectation and the higher your appreciation, the better your life becomes. The easier for you to lose your belly. Because of what? Because now you are focusing on the micro behaviors that you should apply daily for you to lose your belly fat, for you to fight inflammation. You're not thinking about the final result. You're not creating the expectation of, wow, I cannot imagine. Like you, for example, many people, someone come to me and say, Tao, I started exercising today. The person is super excited. I feel her excitement in the phone. Thiago, I started exercising. I'm super excited. I'm really happy that I started focusing on myself. And then inside of her brain, she's putting a huge expectation of all the transformation that she's going to get in her body in 30 days. She's putting a lot of expectation. She's excited. Motivation super high. After 1 week, because the expectation was so crazy high of all the transformation that she was thinking after 1 month, after 1 week, because she's not seeing the proportional transformation. So, okay, 1 week has passed already. I have now 3 weeks left. She's not seeing the whole improvement that she created. What happens with her? Disappointment goes crazy. Motivation goes down like crazy, going downhill. What happens with her? She stops the behavior that would get her sooner or later to the final result. That's why I always say your goal should never be the result. Your goal should be your behavior. This is crucial. Write this down. My goal should not be the result. My goal should be the behavior that will bring me the result. The result will be a consequence. I need to focus now only on my behavior. Micro results. The micro result is not when you lose 5 pounds. The micro result is when you finish a meal that you said to yourself that you are supposed to eat that meal. Boom, micro result. You just say, I ate what I said to myself that I was supposed to eat. I ate what I had to eat. Micro result. You accomplished the task. These are micro result. And then now you are compounding the micro result. Sooner or later, the most important thing, your life becomes light. You feel light. You don't feel that pressure of diet. The pressure of, I have to lose weight, otherwise I'm gonna give up. Those people who have all or nothing mentality, they still didn't mature their mindset. They are still a slave of their emotion. If you have all or nothing mentality, that's the first sign that you are not optimizing the governor of the emotions. Because they write this down again. Emotions never mature. What mature is the person who have the emotion. That's what we know in science already. Guys, this is the most important topic. And the crazy part is because people don't talk about that. Look, it becomes even more important for you who are women. Why, Thiago? Because remember, the fluctuation of hormones, your hormonal cycle every single month affect directly your emotions. You know that. I don't need to remind you this. You know this. So it's much more important for you who are women compared to men. It's super important to men as well. But for you, it's crucial because because of that fluctuation of hormones, you are more likely to become vulnerable to your emotions. And remember, I'm going to remind you, emotions are like a child. They never grow old. Imagine if you are not governed, like, for example, your estrogen, your progesterone now is lower. So because of the low estrogen, low progesterone are here, you are more likely to what? To feel sad, to feel angry. You're more likely. It increases the possibility. All women who are not learning how to manage their emotions, they will always suffer more. You always see many women suffering much more every single month because they didn't learn. They are not aware of that. They are not learning how to master their emotions, how to govern their emotions, how to manage their emotions. The emotion is here, it's flowing. If something happens, your boss says something to you, or you create a story inside your brain that your friend is like your partner is cheating, or someone in your job is talking something bad about you to your boss, you start creating, you are going to be easily hurt, become like emotionally down, and this can destroy your day. A thought that someone is talking bad about you can destroy your week. A thought that you made a mistake in your work can destroy your day. A thought that you're like a divorce or a partner related to relationships can destroy your lifetime. How many of you are still feeling like sick emotionally because of what happens with your partner? Like now you guys are not together anymore, but you're still feeling hurt. It didn't heal yet. You're still hurt. It happens daily with many people. Remember, because the emotions are a baby. They can really destroy our lives if we don't learn how to manage them. The emotions come crazy hard with us. Crazy hard. That's why many times something bad happened 10 years ago. When you start talking about the same situation to your friend now, you start crying. But the situation happened 10 years ago. So you are crying. Why is that? Because the thought brought the emotion, the same emotion that happened 10 years ago. Just for you to see how powerful, how the emotions can dictate our entire lives, our behavior. We cry with something that doesn't exist anymore. How many people were abused 5 years ago? You were abused verbally, physically, in any way. And the person abused your life, you for one day. But because you're constantly thinking about the abuse, you are destroying yourself every single day. So you are literally abusing yourself more than the person. How crazy it is. Can you imagine that? The person really destroyed 10 years ago your life, and that situation happened for one day. And in the last 10 years, you are destroying yourself because you are thinking you didn't heal that. So the person destroyed your life for one day, and now you're destroying yourself for 10 years because of that situation. How crazy it is. And everything because of what? Because our emotion can really, really destroy us. Guys, it's possible to control that. All of us can fix this. All of us. Any age. Tiago, I'm 60. It doesn't matter. You can fix this as well. Tiago, I'm 50. You can. Just apply what I'm just telling you here. To finish, it's time for you to forgive yourself. The number one thing that destroys people's lives is when they don't forgive others, and worse, they don't forgive themselves. A mistake that you made, you still didn't forgive yourself. Remember, write this down. Again, from amazing psychiatrist, that's the really famous phrase. When you forgive, the best way for you to win the battle is when you forgive the enemy. Because once you forgive the enemy, you won the war inside of your mind. Because the enemy is not controlling your mind anymore. That's the biggest, the best army for you to fight against your enemy is to forgive him or her. And remember, many of you doesn't have external enemies. Many of you are your own enemies. So the best way for you to win that battle is to forgive yourself. Nothing will heal. Tiago, I need to take this supplement. Any supplement, anything will heal yourself faster and heal yourself the most and speed up all your physique, all your health compared to forgiving. Forgiving is the best medication. If I could tell you, here is the top one medication, take this every single day. What is that? This is called forgiveness. Forgive yourself. Forgive people who hurt you, because this is the best medication for you to heal yourself. You have no idea. Tiago, but that's hard. Of course it's hard. You spent 3 years talking stories, telling stories every single day, ruminating the thought that the person deserved to be destroyed because the person hurt you. Now the story is too big inside your brain. Now is the time for you to change the story. Change the meaning. Remember, guys, you don't delete. Remember this forever. You don't delete the thought. You replace. You change the meaning. Guys, have a great day. Remember to focus on this. Let me tell you something. Write this down. It doesn't matter. Forget religion. I'm not talking about religion. Forget that. I'm talking about someone that we need to master and see how we can copy his behaviors, because there is one guy that is top one of emotional health. We can never forget all the teachings of this guy teaching about emotions, controlling the emotion. Where can you find this guy? In the Bible. So try to be rational here now. Forget religion, Christian. Don't focus on this. Forget that. Imagine that you're going to just read another book, and then you go to the Bible, and then your goal is to just focus on what Jesus, the wisdom and the teachings of emotional health that Jesus put. Even if you are from another religion, I'm not talking about religion here. Again, even if you are a Muslim, like anything, if you don't believe in God, it doesn't matter. I'm talking about a book. Just go and check the book. Say, okay, I need to optimize my emotional health. Tiago told me that's the top one person who is the master of emotional health, who taught the most important teachings and strategies to optimize emotional health. Is called Jesus. Go to the Bible. Just focus on optimizing your emotional health. Crazy stuff. You have no idea. It blows your mind with how to master your emotions with all the teachings that Jesus put in the Bible. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nobody teach more about emotional health, emotional state, how to manage that thing more than Jesus. It's crazy. Look at him like a person. If you are not Christian, just look at him like a person without judgment. Just look, okay, I want to optimize. Let me see what this guy is teaching in the Bible. Go like that. Guys, remember, our brain is like a parachute. It just works when it's open. So just open. Be open-minded to learn from anybody. Do what I'm saying here. It's crazy. The teachings, what Jesus said about the emotional health. All right. By the way, if you really want a holistic program that also focus on this emotional health, applying everything that I'm telling you here, I'm constantly talking about this. I have a training talking about this, a video training. Any client can go to the best lives inside the portal and see what I talk about this. Training teaching exactly what to do. If you really want a customized plan, if you're facing a big problem in your life, and this is sabotaging your diet, food, your exercise, everything, and you're struggling to get to your goals, send me a DM and then we can chat to discuss about it. All right? Because we focus on holistic approach. Cool? Awesome. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day, guys.